Hi, this is Ramon from DonDivi. Thank you for trusting on DiviMenus plugin, and please let me show you how you can recreate this DonDivi's layout, which reveals entire sections as mega menus below your menu items, even with this block module, and also triggers two different pop-ups. This one is a contact form, and this one as a search box. Let me also enable the phone view from my browser in order to show you the phone layout. Here it is, with this hamburger icon, which opens a WordPress menu from your website. So let's go. I'm going to create a new page called Explorer. Here it is. And now I'm going to add a header template for it. So let's go to my theme builder. Here it is. This is my page called Explorer, and I'm going to remove the current header because I want to add a new one for you. So add custom header. Click on build custom header and let's go. Okay, first I'm going to set a different background for my section. Let me fix my floating. Okay, the background will be my recent color, this one. From design tab, I'm going to reduce the current padding to maybe 20 pixels. Okay, and let's go to add a row here. Again, I'm going to set some styles for it. So let's go to add the row settings, and from design sizing, I'm going to increase it to 90%. Also, the max width will be 90%, and I'm going also to remove the padding for the row. And finally, just add a DiviMenus Flex module here. Just type DiviMenus. Here it is, DiviMenus Flex module. And okay, this is the menu button, so it's not required for this layout. So let's go to hide it from menu button, hide. Okay, just choose a logo from my media library. Okay, here it is. And you can choose a logo link URL. I'm going to set the homepage link as a dynamic link for it. Let me also limit the logo's width to, for example, I'm going to enable the responsive settings for tablet and phone. Okay, for tablet will be 120 pixels, also for phone. So perfect. And finally, let's go to add some menu items here. So add new menu item. Let's go. The first menu item, here it is, will be services, and I'm going to show an icon. Okay, as you can see, you can choose an icon or an image to display along with the menu item. So in this case, I'm going to choose the triangle, this one, and I'm going to place it to the right. Okay, perfect. Now let me duplicate this first menu item. 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5. Okay, great. Let me edit its content. Double click on its menu item in order to jump faster, as you can see, into the menu item settings. So let's go to name it company. Again, double click on this one, name it as blog. Double click on this one, name it as contact. In this case, oops, sorry, contact. In this case, I'm going to replace. I'm going to choose the left placement for the icon, and let's go to check for a mail icon. Okay, so this one, and same for this menu item. Double click on it. This will be search. The icon, of course, will be a search icon, and the placement for it will be also left. Perfect. Okay, here it is, and I'm going to add finally a last menu item that will be an icon. Okay, the name for it will be, for example, a hamburger, and of course the icon will be also a hamburger. Here it is. Okay, again I'm going to set some styles for all of them simultaneously from the global design tab. So let's go to set from DiviMenu the alignment to right. I'm going also to reduce the spacing to, for example, just let me set just 5 pixels. From menu items, I'm going to choose 2 different colors for desktop and hover. So let's go to set transparent for desktop, and for hover I'm going to choose this recent color. Okay, let me also set rounded corners, but only for top right and top left. Okay, perfect. Let's go to set menu items text color. Just choose bold, and again I'm going to set a white color for desktop and a black color for hover. Okay, so it's time to style specific menu items. So double click on contact in order to jump faster into the contact settings, and scroll down to background color. Again, enable hover settings, and let's check the recent colors again. I want this yellow color for desktop and this white color for hover. Of course, we need from design tab for this specific menu item to choose a darker color for this. So I'm going to choose the black color. I'm going to hide the text, I mean the contact text. I'm going to hide it on tablet and phone. So let's go first to content tab again, menu item, again scroll down, and here it is, hide text on tablet and phone. Okay, you can hide on each device the text or even the icon. Also, I want to set a different border radius for this menu item. So from Advanced tab, Custom CSS, scroll down to DiviMenu menu item, and I'm going to type some CSS. Border radius 50 pixels, but it's required also to add important, because we want to override the previous settings. So perfect. Okay, I'm going to copy it to my clipboard, this CSS, because probably we want later to use it again. Copy it, okay. And okay, from design tab, spacing, I'm going to reduce the padding for this specific menu item. I'm going to set just 10 pixels, perfect. And I'm going to increase it for left right to 20. But of course, let me enable the tablet and phone view because I want to change it for both. Okay. Of course, later I'm going to explain how you can hide entire menu items on tablet or phone. But in this case, I'm going to add here just 12 pixels for padding, again 12 for padding to button, and yeah, I'm going to enable the desktop view. Perfect. Let me go back I'm going to search menu item. I'm going to do the same. And I'm going to do the same for the last one, okay? Just double click on hamburger icon. I'm going to add also some space here between block and contact menu items. So I'm going to double click on contact again, and I'm going to add a margin left spacing, margin left, maybe 50 pixels. Okay, perfect. Now I'm going to hide these menu items on tablet and phone, and I'm going to hide this hamburger icon on desktop. So let's go first to double click on services. Here it is. Let's go to advanced tab, visibility, and let's go to hide it on tablet and phone. Of course, you can hide it also on desktop, and as you can see, the fade out effect is automatically applied, which indicates that we are working properly. I'm going to do the same for company, advanced, visibility, hide on tablet and phone, and again the same for block, visibility, hide on tablet and phone. For hamburger icon, I will click on it. Here it is. I'm going to hide it only on desktop. Okay, now let me explain something regarding to the visibility option, because in some scenarios you probably want to hide entirely from your visual builder the menu items too. So not only the fade out effect applied, because you probably want to better work with your elements to have a final approach of your layout of your design. So in this case, just double click on services, for example, advanced, custom CSS, and from main element just enable the responsive settings, and of course you can remove it entirely by typing here display none. Display none, and that's it. It's gone. So again, you can copy. Let's go to company, advanced, custom CSS, again responsive settings, and just display none. Same for block, advanced, custom CSS, and display none. Finally, for hamburger icon, advanced, custom CSS. In this case, main element will be different because we want the hamburger icon to be only hidden on desktop. So in this case, paste display none here, but on tablet and phone you have to replace it by display block. Okay, just a tip. Okay, in order to have a similar design to your final layout. Okay. Now it's time to set the different link types for our menu items. So all my layouts are already stored into my Divi library, and I'm going to show you. Here it is, my Divi library, and these 5 layouts: Explorer, Services, Explorer, Company, Blog, Contact, and Search, will be the different layouts opened by the menu item. So I'm going to show you the first layout. Okay, this is the services mega menu, which is actually a Divi section with this background color, with this, this border radius, these rounded corners, also this box shadow, and I've also limit from sizing the max height to 80 height of the viewport, because I want users to be able to scroll along the content inside the section. So just limit the max height to your desired height, of course, and from visibility just choose auto as the vertical overflow instead of default. Okay, and that's it. Let me show you the company mega menu. Here it is, which is another section with just one row. All of them are just blurbs. As you can see, just choose any icon from here, and of course any link. You can choose a dynamic link to select directly any of your pages. Let me show you the blog section. Here it is with just one row. This is the blog module with some styles for you. Probably I've added some custom CSS. Here it is. And finally, just one blurb and some buttons. Okay, of course, all of them styled for you. And finally, the two pop-ups, the contact form, which is this section with this background color. Again, this max width 700 pixels, and with these two rows, this second row below with two blur modules. Okay, this module, for example, as a phone number, so the link will be something like tell and your custom number, of course. Same for email, mail to, and again your custom email. And finally, the search box, which is currently again a section with this background color and just one row with this search module style also for you. Okay, so now I'm going to select all of them for each menu item, but I'm going to do it directly from the visual builder instead of the theme builder in order to have a final preview of our layout. So let's go to Save Changes, let's go to Close, and let's go to Save Changes again. Okay, now I'm going to reload my previous page in order to load our new header template. Okay, here it is. This is our DiviMenus Flex module, and of course we just need to set the different link types for them. So enter into your visual builder instead of the theme builder in order to have a better approach to the final result. This is the page content, but we need to edit the header template. So click on it, DiviMenus Flex module, here it is, and let's go to enter into the first menu item, services. So scroll down to link, and let's go to choose the sub link type. For it, the sub source will be the Divi Library, of course, and let's go to select our last Explorer services layout. So now let's go to take advantage of the preview in the builder field. So once enabled, as you can see, our layout is displayed, but it's forced to be aligned to the center with to the menu item, and also forced to the menu items width. But of course we can change it from Design tab, Sub, and instead of middle alignment, let's go to set Justified or full width alignment, and that's it. But again, from content, I want to reduce it just a bit, so scroll down to sub width, and let's go to set 75%. I think it looks better. And let's go to reduce the distance, the sub offset, to 0. Okay, let's go to disable preview, and same for company. Double click on company item, link type will be again sublink type, the sub source Divi Library, and the Divi layout will be Explorer company. Again, let's go to enable preview in the builder, Okay, and let's go to Design tab, Sub, Force Full Width or Justified Alignment. Again, back to Content, and let's go to reduce it to 75, and the sub offset to 0. Let me hide it. Okay. Double click on block. Here it is, the sublink type, of course, Divi Library. The Divi layout in this case will be Explorer block. Okay, and of course, again, preview in the builder, design, sub, justified, and let's go to reduce it. In this case, I'm going to reduce it to sub width to maybe 65%. Oh, looks nice. The sub offset again to 0. You can play around with these settings, of course, and finally just hide it. Okay, and finally let's go to enable the tablet or phone view, because we want to edit the link type for the hamburger icon. So let's go to double click on the hamburger icon. Let's set sublink type, but in this case, of course, we want the WordPress menu instead of the Divi Library subsource. Okay, and just select any of your WordPress menu on your WordPress. So I'm going to select this one, example menu. Let me show it under my appearance menus. Here it is. This is my example menu with these 4 menu items and these sub levels. Okay, let me go back again and let me show you something, because I'm going to enable preview in the builder for it. As you can see here, for each menu item, the border radius is inherited from their parents. So we have to change it, of course, but first let me again from the same tab choose a different alignment for the sub. You can choose between, for example, right in order to right alignment, or maybe again full width. So let's go to make it full width. From content again, let's go to reduce it just a bit, maybe to I don't know, 90%. Okay, let's go to advanced tab, because I want to override this border radius for this menu item. So let's go to custom CSS, scroll down. This is the border radius for the DiviMenu menu item. I mean this hamburger icon. We want to override, change it for the WordPress menu items. Here it is. Okay, so just type here border radius 0. Okay, and that's it. Let's go again to content, because I want to show you something. We are going to collapse the sub levels. Okay, so let's go to link, scroll down, and voila. Okay, you can collapse your sub levels. You can choose a different icon instead of the arrow, and you can enable the accordion in case you have different sub levels to close the same times when you are opening a new one. Finally, from Design tab, you can play around with these settings in order to style your menu items. And of course, from Advanced, as mentioned previously, you have all these fields to edit to your liking. It's for example, let me add here just maybe a padding around your WordPress menu. So let's go padding 20 pixels, and I'm going to add important in order to override the previous one. I'm going to add a background color for it, background red, and that's it. You can, for example, choose the same color, I mean the black one. Okay, so go back again to content in order to hide the preview in the builder. And finally, we just need to add the pop-up link types for both menu items, contact and search. So let me enable the desktop view and just double click on contact. Here it is. The link type in this case will be Popup link type, and the Divi layout for it will be Explorer Contact. So let's go explore. Here it is, Explorer Contact, and from design, let's go to select the location, okay, center, and let's go to leave it by default. Let's go just to change the overlay color to this one. Maybe I'm going to reduce the opacity to maybe 85. Great. Let's go to double click on search. Again, link pop-up, and the layout will be Explorer Search. Here it is. Okay, design. This is pop-up, and for location, in this case, I'm going to select top left, okay, because we want the search module to be aligned the top left on the screen. So let's go to remove this pop-up max width because we want it full width, and let's go to disable the width limit. Okay, the color will be the same, so let's go to apply the same color for the previous pop-up, and let me select and enter and also an exit effect for it. So probably a slide down for enter and a slide up for exit. So the duration, maybe we can reduce it to just 500, and I'm going to select also for contact for the previous pop-up a fade effect for enter, also a fade effect for exit to 500. Finally, I'm going to make the section sticky, so let's go to scroll effects, sticky position, and let's go to make it sticky to top. Okay, this way, okay, it keeps on top when scrolling. So that's it. Let's go to save changes, and finally let's check the final result from the front end. So exit Visual Builder, and that's it. Section is sticky, and these are our mega menus working perfectly, our pop-ups. Okay, so finally let me enable the home view, and this is the hamburger icon working perfect. So thank you so much and happy building.